show to know what to do. Just jump in the queue, it's up to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's up to you. All in the queue, it's check out the view. All in the queue. Be in the know, just come watch the show to know what to do. Just jump in the queue, it's up to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's up to you.
Oh, y'all, excuse me, because you know how much I hate to interrupt your scroll. So let me hurry up and get through this, because you can go back to do what you gotta do, and I can go back to doing what I gotta do. And I made an illustration just to make it easier for everybody. All right, this is me, and this is you. Okay, and this could be a family, friend, co-worker, alone in the world with a little cat dog. I don't care who it is, to whom it may concern. However, when we get together, it is now us. You know what always gets me is when we first start out, it's always cool, calm, and collected. I like it that way. But somewhere along the lines, you realize, this is you once again, realizing that you like to play games. Okay, you have become so fascinated with playing games that now all of a sudden you think that you could play with me. Here's you thinking that you can play with me. That's crazy. It's honestly crazy, but obviously you like to live on the edge. Okay, now you realize that you found a new love for these games, that you want to incorporate them in your everyday lifestyle. You are dedicated to the process. You are even willing to bet it all. Now, here's this person who knows what I know. And they know that you are in a great deal of trouble, okay? What a dummy is what you call it. Because to bet all of that and to only be left with my ass to kiss is diabolical. It's honestly insane if you ask me. All right now. All right, because the thing is this. Let me break it down for anybody who may be a little confused in translation. Here you are with the right idea, but the wrong bitch. Okay? It's very simple. It's extremely simple, okay? Right idea, once again, wrong bitch. Yeah. So now that I have gotten wind of what you think is about to take place, I am pointing you in the direction of where maybe someone would like to play games, okay? Which is all the way over there, okay? Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Okay, I want you to go further, and further, and further away. You're so excited to continue on with these games that you're like, how much further do I have to go? You are so busy making your way downtown, walking fast, okay? You want to get there, you're excited. And even through all of this, even through it all, I'm still being a good Samaritan, a team player, if you will. I grab my magnifying glass because I am determined to help you find you something safe to do. All right, y'all. Well, look, share with those who need to know. Have a good one. Oh, y'all.
Hey, good evening. How y'all doing this evening? It's your girl. It is your girl. Give me 1 second. Man, oh man. All right. Good evening. How you guys doing? I just needed to get something, get a little bit more light on the situation. All right. Let's see here. Let's get ready to let me speak to everybody. Loads of people coming in the room. If you would, please like the video. Good evening, Justin. Hey, Tina P. Wanda Smith, how's it going? Hey, Honeymoon. Yeah, mental check-in tonight. It's the first of the month. Check in with my people. What up, Dave Bryson? Enrique Munez. Hey. Carol Morton. How you doing? Made in Texas. Hey. Jim C. Hey. Kenneth Dawkins. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good evening to you. Strawberry Shortcake. Hey. Hey, Sherry Allen. Hey, Coffee Lord. T from the D. What is you doing in Illinois tonight? What up, though? What it do? Finding good. Hey, how you doing? Big Rick, what's up? Hey, Pisces 127. Good evening. Good evening to you guys. I know it's late, but I wanted to come in and do a mental health check-in, right? Because that's what the super producer does, right? She checks on her people, right? That's what I'm coming to do tonight. A little bit of business, but a little bit of um health check-in because listen, hey Karen Johnson. I know that we had this event happen on Tuesday. This big event happened. Lil Stank-a-Booty is now around here making up stories about what happened at the meeting. And it's just a lot, right? It's just a lot. It's just a lot, but you know, what I want you guys to do, or what I need you guys to do, is we need to get refocused, and we just need to wrap up this this talk about, you know, to talk about what happened, because we need to get our peace back, and we need to refocus and make sure that we are focusing on moving forward, right? So we need to move forward, right? We can't get stuck right here. Okay. Nola Trini, hey, how are you? Charlie Girl, hey. Jay, hey. Chris Dudley, hey. And Kenneth Dawkins, let me tell you, this is the comment of the evening. And one thing that I'm very upset about, I guess I came on here to talk out with you guys, is the media, right? Um, because there was an exclusive interview, and let me tell you, I don't be watching Lil Stinkabooty's interviews because I know that she's going to lie, right? That's what she's going to do. It's never going to be the truth. Um, it's always going to be a spin, and she's never going to tell the truth, right? So I don't watch her interviews. Um, but I did watch a small portion because I wanted to know what could she possibly say, right? Um, but I'm very disappointed in the media because, hey, Lisa J, Jonathan Ford, good evening from North Carolina. Ms. Wisdom, how are you? Um, that was, oh, I love this. Good evening, super smart woman producer. I love this. So I'm very disappointed with the media because for ABC7 to do the exclusive interview, right? And when she begins to tell this tale of this knife, I was confused as to why, after she told her story, that the news person didn't say, well, you're aware, I don't know if you're aware, but are you aware that we had a news crew in the building, and when they came back, they didn't report any type of knife uh being seen, no weapon, and in fact, no one was arrested. So how could there be a knife when there were several police officers in the room, and your boyfriend is cut up and there was not blood everywhere? And just for me, no one was arrested. What are your thoughts on that? For me, it's the media not holding um her accountable when they were present in the room. Like, that's astounding to me. Let me read some of these comments. She lied like hell. No one said anything about her not okay. Listen, I'm just trying to wrap my brain around that. Yes, like how can she lie like that? But that on the news was insane. For me, okay. Hey, Master G, how are you? Every time, Lisa J, every time. Like there is something mentally wrong. There is something mentally disconnected. Yes, Krista, and they let her, and they were in the room. This is the thing that I am confused about. Um, but we're supposed to be trusting. Even some of these news outlets have on their tagline, your trusted news source. No, you're not, because we all watched it, and then you let little stink of booty come up there and lie, and then all of you played the lie. I, not for me. No, not for me. Okay, it irritates me too because they see all these residents being strong, yet the media can't be because they need to be asking questions. And when they go to Springfield and they are in front of Governor Pritzker, I don't care what he's talking about. They need to ask him the question. I don't know. Yeah. And Dave Bryson, it is all about TV ratings. My thing is, I'm not expecting my news outlet though to spread propaganda. That's not what I'm expecting from my news outlet. So the question begs to me, right? Um, who owns these news media outlets? I reported previously that Delgado has stock in a whole bunch of media sources. Who owns these media places, right? Is journalistic integrity not a thing anymore? Is that something we don't do anymore? Uh, Kenneth Dawkins said exactly journalistic neglect. Yeah, exactly. They should just be happy she agreed to, so they let her say whatever. Wow, I agree with that. Hey, Christine Leach, how are you? Definitely, they have the footage, but yet still give her that part, Charlie. And I feel like it's disrespectful to the residents who have been fighting for someone to step in and do something. Yeah. Yeah. Um, hmm. No way she could even seen a knife before her table. I mean, for me, it's the fact that you're saying that your significant other was cut. There would have been blood all over that room because facial cuts, this is thin skin here. There's lots of little vessels, blood vessels that run through here, right? So, yeah, that would have been a bloody scene there. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like them saying no arrests were made was them saying they think she lying. I do too, Lisa J. But there's something just to be said for questions. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but let me ask you this question. So, yeah, I agree. It was shade, if you will. So Tiffany wanted us to believe she saw a knife where she was sitting and wasn't looking. She wasn't even looking at the commenter. So when you looked up, how could you see a knife? Because when you looked up, they was already brawling. Okay, child. Anthony Lorenzo Green, hello, how are you? Thank you for joining the conversation. When the news isn't owned by the public, we don't control the coverage. It's a shame, but it's the cold, hard truth. This is what I'm trying to get at. Thank you, Mr. Green, and welcome to this intelligent community. Thank you for being a part, and thank you for your comments. Because I think that it's even more important that we share platforms that bring the truth, right? I think it's more important that we share those platforms with people that we talk to, right? Y'all, I'm actually worried about all the states in our country. Is this what we have become? That's a great question, Honeymoon. She was trying to be opposite of Regina, but Regina speaks the truth. ABC only cared about rating. Regina cares about the people, and she does. I can tell you absolutely, positively, and unequivocally that she does. Okay? Cut will require a right. Okay? That's what I'm saying. You know, what has upset me is the vloggers who have not been following the story but criticizing Jedediah for calling her a B. Jonathan Ford, this is an interesting question, an observation. There are a lot of new bloggers that have joined this conversation without doing any research. There are a lot of advocates, so called, that have jumped on this topic, making frivolous comments and things of that nature, and not being present here, not helping, not seeing what they could do. And they giving out all the wrong information. So I wouldn't call them vloggers. I would call them content creators, right? Because they just putting out content. They're not even caring about the content that they putting out. They're just putting it out there. And it disturbs me that those are the people that have like 12,000, 20,000 followers. When you have platforms such as myself who have 2,300 followers, but I care about getting to the truth. And that's what I put out. So yeah, I have to take mental breaks, and I wanted to check on you guys because I needed a mental break because anger was not the word for me. Because now you have all of these people entering the conversation with no real factual information, and they're just putting out whatever. She stated she wouldn't step down, and she's not. I mean, um, that's proof of a person living in the alternate universe. That's proof of that. Most narcissists are not people who are going to give up either. They're not going to walk away, or they have to be definitively defeated. Yeah. All these plane crashes are not. Yeah. And we're gonna talk about something tonight. Uh, you know, I I'm doing a mental health check-in. But we need to have a mental health conversation, right? Because we need to put these things in the proper bucket that they belong in. We also need to know when it's time to let that conversation go, um, and begin to take care of our own mental health, right? Um, Absolutely, I love your channel. We praying for you all in DC. One of my homies is a Dalton native. Okay, Lorenzo Green, thank you. Just make sure you like the video, share the information. I love that. I'm from Virginia, so I'm from the DMV area. Let's go. Okay. All right. She's the only one in the whole room saw a knife, including security. Correct. I mean, and again, everyone is wrong but her. I mean, this video has gone viral, so millions of people are wrong. And not her. Okay. Some bloggers are chasing the drama, not supporting the cause. That part. That part. Hey Tracy K, how you doing? Uh yeah, the new vlogger. Yeah. I mean, definitely she need to collect the check from these new content creators, but not from people who've been there. And yeah, I get that, Kenneth. Everyone loves a car crash, a train wreck, a plane crash. Everybody loves that. But we need to start asking ourselves why. Why do we love those things? And do we love them enough to disregard actual facts and continue watching? Like, as far as my channel is concerned, um, I don't base my content on hot topics or what everybody is doing. If you notice, I give my reviews and I do my content when I feel like I've researched and have the proper amount of information to give you all, right? So that you come away saying, oh man, I learned a lot, right? Oh man, I'm empowered now, right? Because I think that's my vision for my channel. Um, One content creator has been live for almost 15 hours today. Now, I know you lying. Lisa J, I know you lying. Cause I'm gonna need y'all to wrap this up. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Michael Tristiano, hey, Ohio. How you doing? Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Justin. And we are not. Justin, send those to me in an email. I'm gonna make a video to play with my opening. Okay. Thanks. Does she have a good chance of winning her seat back in Dalton? I know Thornton is a wrap. Jonathan Ford, I can safely tell you because, again, on this channel, I know lots of these residents. I go to Dalton. I go to Dalton and don't film that I go to Dalton because everybody don't need to know when I be in Dalton. Because for me, again, this is not about having exclusive content or being, of course I do, have exclusive content, but this is not about um money, clicks, likes, and views. For me, this is people's real lives, and I have met some beautiful, wonderful people that this is affecting. um so I can safely tell you, in Dalton, she don't stand a chance. She thinks she does because of the intimidation factor, because she may go to somebody's door with her goons and they take her material. They may even let her put a sign in their yard, and then they take it down when she leave because they're afraid. But as far as her having a chance in Dalton, mm-mm. Do you watch WWE wrestling? There was a wrestler that used to have a song that said "Fat Chance in Hell." But carry on. Do you think if Monday meeting will be by Zoom? No, Monday meeting will probably not be by Zoom because that's Dalton's meeting. And she mentioned in the news piece that she probably won't go because they need more security. We don't need more security. We need security from you, but we don't need more security, and we don't need you to be in Dalton to have a meeting. There is absolutely now a quorum in both places without little stank booty, so she can do whatever she wants. She can not show up, she can do whatever. There's a quorum in both places. So you could do us a favor and not show up to the rest of your time. That'll help a lot. Probably keep down a whole bunch of confusion. Mm-hmm. Okay. Someone needs to play that clip from the township hall meeting when she came out as Nino Brown, calling the residents. Listen, everybody have the right to freedom of expression. Do I agree with the words that was used? No. But as a public commenter, Mr. Brown had the right to use whatever words he chose. Whatever words he chose. He had the right to do that. Not gonna he has the same rights whether he's an advocate or not. He got the same rights to do so. So um, you know, hey little mama, what's going on? You been all right? Bachelor Survival, not DOA. Hey, thank you. How you doing this evening? Or, it's late. Hey, Foxy Roxy. Okay. You don't have to feel for Lil Sting's daughter. She have a wonderful father. She's gonna be all right. Okay. Thank you, Lisa J. Yeah, that's a goal. That's a goal of mine with creating this channel, right? To create a positive change in the form of knowledge, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. If you know better, you do better. And you know, that's how I see it. Hey, status quo, how you doing? Good evening to you. I've hit a few dislikes in my time. Yeah. Master G, I'm disturbed that only 9% of the population in Dalton voted. That could be why these higher ups aren't moving. It's like the majority of the residents are asleep at the wheel. We're gonna discuss. I'm gonna put a star on this, Master G, and I'm gonna come back to it because I need to. I'm trying to scroll through the comments, and then I'm gonna come back to your comment. Okay, Master G, don't worry. Her lawyer must be desperate for work. Bo Brindley, listen, he gonna be so embarrassed. I don't understand. Do y'all think KP is an informant? Lisa J, I was reading on the Dalton Politics today. You must have read that post that somebody posted. Um, Heesh, that's a good question. You would have to know some of the things that I know in the background, right? Um, and I would say safely that that's a possibility. I would say that's my opinion, though. Okay. Let's see. KP working. I say it's a possibility. That's what I say. Yes, if you guys would please just hit the thumbs up. That's free. Hey, honeymoon, thank you for the super chat. Let's see what you said. We got to pray and stand together as a family, no matter our race or views right now. That's right. Love your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. Do that. We got to be the change we want to see, right? It started with us, right? That's the only reason he wasn't put on leave. No. Um, I can probably tell you that he wasn't put on leave because they wanted to keep down any type of disturbance. So you would have to do it. They chose to probably do these two first because they were the most intimidating to the workers, that are in the office. So it would make sense to make people more comfortable in the office by getting away the most intimidating people. And let's face it, these two people have been the most intimidating to people. Um, Tiffany doesn't need security. She needs to be a part of the getaway. She jumped into that fight. Child, that was like watching Ratchet TV. If y'all go to Instagram, there's a page called Ratchet People. Go over there. That's where she belong. Hello, Helen Gellert. How you doing? Word is she didn't want security there. Carmen requested for the police. So you already knew that she had pre-planned. They had pre-planned to single out someone, right? When they saw Mr. Brown, they felt like, okay, this is gonna be easy. This is an easy call out because he's here, and we already got a beef with him, and it won't seem like we set this up because we know he's gonna say something to insult us. At least they'll try to say that. The alarm for me on this particular day was that she had a court date with Mr. Brown, I believe, in the morning for the order of protection, and she didn't show up. Now, we know that Stinker Booty, every time that she's taken Mr. Brown to court, she showed up. When I saw that, I said, there's already a plan in place, and this going to be a crazy meeting. So, yeah, that was interesting to me. I just read Bo Burney's good reviews. They are hilarious. Angie, those probably came from when he appeared previously with her at a Dalton meeting. That's when everybody started leaving messages on him. So Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it did, Mr. Green. Go ahead and educate the people, and then I'm gonna come behind you. Okay, you go ahead and educate the people in the chat, but I'm gonna come and clear up a lot more stuff. Thank you, little mama. I appreciate the super chat, $5. Keith could be a mole. Like I said, if you know some of the things I know in the background, um, it's a possibility. What happened now with her insurance and how it relates to both positions? She didn't have any insurance in Dalton. Lori Lightfoot told us that the insurance would not insure her. So they have insurance, but she don't specifically have insurance there. In the township, um, they are trying to see what they can do about insurance, right? They may be in the same situation as Dalton, especially after last meeting. So that's a developing situation in the township. As far as Dalton is concerned, Lori Lightfoot showed us. And Prima Donna, if you are watching this video, I got your email and I'm going to be sending you the Lori Lightfoot report when I get off this live. And so it's a developing situation in the township. Now that they have a quorum, Carol Morton, that's something that they can specifically address. And maybe find out if they can do a situation similar to Dalton where the township is insured and she is responsible for her own actions. So that's a good thing that they revealed that Lori Lightfoot told that information so that the trustees over in Thornton Township can use it as well. I didn't think they needed more informants at the goon level, but Harvey Mayer connection is keeping me guessing. Ain't it though? Did you confirm the juice the other night? You said you was going to tell us. Did you confirm the juice the other night? I need more information, honeymoon. KP has quieted down some and there's no honor. KP got a lot going on. I can tell you that. Thank you, Angie RN. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Hey, Mr. Troy. How you doing? Mr. Troy in Texas. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? We're doing a mental health check-in, a little chit chat. I got some things to show you guys. Right? Because MS Wisdom, I don't think he is a mole, but I think it came down to him and Tiff, and he chose every time. That's how, ain't that how thieves do? Ain't no honor among them. So yeah, she tried her hardest to delay that. Yes. Okay. Precise. Hi. She definitely has a future as a club bouncer. Okay. Go over to that page called Ratchet People on Instagram. Okay. That's where that fight probably gonna end up. Cause that page, just go over there. Cause at nighttime, when I want to laugh sometimes, I go over to that page on Instagram called Ratchet People. You can see all types of videos over there. There's no honor amongst these. I don't be surprised if okay. Okay. Hey, Sharon Yarcel. Hey. Yeah, he did. And rightly so. And he I think you're talking about Mr. Brown, right? Yeah, Jedediah, right? Yeah, he did. And he added, from what I hear, he added some other important people to the TRO, which is great. That was awesome. That he did that. And that the judge granted it. Really. Do you think it was Lavelle that they didn't want to speak because it looked like it only kicked off after Lavelle picked up the mic? Actually, if you watch the video, even in slow mo, Lavelle only touched the mic. That's the only thing that he did. He touched it. I can probably safely tell you that Lavelle was not going to speak. He went up there strictly probably because he was hearing the things, because now let's put this in proper perspective, right? For all of the people that are talking about this fight and saying, oh, he shouldn't have used that language. Now let's be clear. um let's be clear that um we can show a history of her goons in the back of the room at these meetings, shouting things or saying things to people during public comment. This behavior has been going on at the Thornton Township meetings for the longest time, right? So we can show a history of that. We can also show a history of every time Mr. Brown is at a meeting, he is taunted by her people in the back of the room. Go to any Thornton Township meeting that Mr. Brown has attended and watch the back of the room. Find you a view that has the back of the room because this is where they sit. And there you go. So there is a pattern of behavior that can be shown. And if I was the person representing Mr. Brown, this is what I would do. I would show the pattern of behavior. I would also show the video of them surrounding Mr. Roberts during his public comment. So this is a pattern of behavior that we want to show that this had been building and that the supervisor did nothing about this behavior. Hey, Miss Bev. Oh, you caught one this time, child. Welcome. You know, I thought she would have had one too, but you see that head made it still. Reportedly, Tiffany plans nominating a new police chief. Yeah, I heard that from Kiana Belcher on the Zoom call. And she can. So we'll see who this is, and you know, we'll have to suffer through this person for 30 days. But we'll see. Bella, her bond is, I think, about to expire, but if you don't have any insurance, the bond is not valid. So I don't know. You know, that's how that work normally. So, you know. Expect Kamal Woods and William Moore to be fired. Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, there is a process to this. So, for people that were mad about them being put on leave with pay, look at Dalton because Dalton did the same thing. They put Lewis Lacey, William Moore, Krigley, Kim Alston. There were a list of people that they put out on leave with pay, right? Because the next step will be layoff, right? Yeah, that's how that works. It's a process. There are rules, there are policies. And so, you know, you're definitely going to get expedited laying off if you violate the leave, which they know that these people are going to do. So it was smart to put them on leave with pay because it didn't matter. They knew that they was going to show up the next day to work anyway and violate the leave, and then the next meeting they could fire them. I mean, you got to play chess, not checkers. You can't get excited about everything. This is a series of moves. If the higher ups are not going to step in, then you have to take the steps you have to take that are in your control to do and take those steps, right? Right. Not all of the steps people are going to like. Not all of the steps people are going to understand. But you have to work within the confines of what you have the power to do. Because you're not trying to be rogue like the people you're trying to get rid of. So, you know, you have to do what you have to do. You had said you had something to tell us, but you still need to confirm it. Oh, yeah. And I still do. I still do. I'm waiting on an answer from someone. Okay. I know what you're talking about, honeymoon. I'm waiting on an answer from someone. Hey, Martin G, how you doing? If you're not subscribed to Martin G's channel, Martin G Johnson on YouTube, go over there and subscribe to the Crime Chaser, live, uncut, unedited. And I think he's going to start following the ICE raids here in Chicago if he hasn't already. So y'all go over there and subscribe. Justin, when you get a chance, put his link in the chat, please. Child, I don't know what is going on. That's why he need to stop. He need to stop all that ripping and running. He need a shirt that say ripping and running, because basically, that's the problem. Okay. Those emails requesting to stop sharing information are gonna be her detriment. Yeah. Very interesting. And it's very interesting that meeting that I showed you guys from my last live is still on the website. That's the Village of Dalton's website, not the trustees' website. That's the Village of Dalton's website. So I'm surprised that that's still on there, because that is the meeting that Chris Mirabali tells everyone unequivocally that she told him to stop sending them the information. Do you think the video of her at the currency could be her making checks to cash to pay Bo Brentley? It's actually the end of the month. Well, the first is today. So that could have actually been her paycheck that she was cashing. So I don't know. I don't, don't, if you want my opinion, that's my opinion. I don't know. Now, that's just my opinion. That maybe that's what she was doing. Okay. They think they'll motion to fire Kamal next meeting, and I do. Him and William. First of all, William is gonna show up to work at the township when he's not even in a real position. He gonna show up on Monday. That's gonna be their ability to fire him, because you're on leave. You should not be on the premises. So yeah, I heard this too. I haven't been yet able to confirm this with him, because he doesn't have a phone yet. But I did hear this. It is something. Yeah, Lisa J, please tell the people he's not a public speaker. He's a great speaker. I love talking to him every time I see him. And he's very cordial, very nice. But the things that are being put in the media about him and the SA charge, out of order. Very out of order. Very out of order. I don't like that at all. And if you go to Mr. Brown's YouTube page and you look at the interview that was done with him, you'll find out how that SA charge came about. And it was a very old law that was on the books that he ended up getting convicted under. And it's no longer on the books because it was unconstitutional. But okay. But that's not being reported. Yeah, precise. Exactly. I'm a little behind on the comments, so let me make sure. Okay, honeymoon. Let's see. Mr. Brown said it's a possibility that Mr. Redderman might have lost his appointment. Yeah, because of the things that the media is reporting. I heard that they never did a background check on him for his specific job, but they decided to after the reporting of the fight by the media. Real Rap Show. What is up? Real Rap Show. How are you today, sir? Shout out to you, the King Supreme. Listen, if you all do not subscribe to the Real Rap Show, you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? You need to check out his content. I love his content, especially his content on this subject, right? He stays in his lane. He doesn't try to report like on anything specific. He gives his opinion on what is going on. He has a very precise opinion and some good insight on a couple of things. You guys need to check out his content. Hey, lovely Ruth, how you doing? Hey, D Roy, good night. Wow, good night. Sorry. hello to the replay viewers. I want to say shout out to the replay viewers, everybody that's going to replay this video. Thank you for supporting this channel. Just make sure you leave me a like if you will. Thank you. I think more attention needs to be put on Trustees Darlene. Something is going on. Like I said, she needs to be uprooted from that seat and that school board seat because Lil Stinker Booty told what the play was over there at the school board, and then Lori Lightfoot came and reinforced that by the Dwayne Thrash. She spoke to Dwayne Thrash, and he told that they were supposed to get rid of Bert Olson at the school board, which Darlene did this last time. And they were supposed to make some sort of position for Lil Stank. How? Okay, so she needs to go. Public Ops TV put out a slow-mo video today with some very interesting Easter eggs. I heard that, and I've actually seen that video. It's 12 minutes, and it could have easily been 4 minutes. I hate videos that get taken out of their timeline, but that's just my opinion. Okay, Chuck Brown. Hey, Chuck Brown, how you doing? What video, Real Rap Show? You gonna have to tell me, cause listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't be watching a whole bunch of people or a whole bunch of things, especially when I'm taking a mental health break. Kenneth Dawkins, I believe the video of her going to the check cashing place is very suspicious. She does not have. That's why she would be going to cash her check. Okay. Yeah. Hey, Ann Gant. Anissa Starks. Hi. Mr. Roberts shouldn't be intimidated by Kamar anymore since he can't fight. Mr. Roberts could probably beat him. He probably could. And I agree with that. Hey, Laura Rack. Let's see. People who don't want their money watched use financial. Yeah. Also, people who can't get a bank account go cash. Do check cash in places, right? Too. Yeah. But yeah, that's true. That's not okay. If she can even drive, she can. KP made me hurt watching him. Okay, fine and good. Thank you, Carol Morton, for the super chat, $5. I appreciate you. Let's see, Mr. Green. This is a smart man. We finna listen to him. What he say? Yep. Leave with pay pending investigation. Dot the I's, cross the T's. In government, that's the process when pushing someone out the proper way. Thank you. I know that because I used to work for a governmental entity, a state agency, as a matter of fact. What does Keithy D doing with government agents allegedly? Child, what they all doing? Okay, we coming down to the end of it, and they seeing. So, it is what it is. Has anyone validated that Tiff and Kamal called Stephanie into a meeting and tried to convince her to vote with Tiff? Well, just think in your own mind, Sharon Yasser L. Does that sound like something they would do? Absolutely. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all have that conversation. Why was he with her at the check cashing pawn shop with KP at where's okay? Kamal was probably recovering. He probably was very sore. Probably was very sore. She called herself a female pit news cruise show. KW asked the wall, no cuts, no bleeding. Her face is swollen. Her right or our left in the cheekbone area. Thank you for the mental check-in. You're welcome, Pamela. We need these mental check-ins because I need you guys to gather yourselves and I need you to wrap this fight talk up. Okay. We need to wrap it up. We need to wrap it up and we need to move on because I'm about to talk with y'all about some other things because we need to begin to have some other conversations. Okay. We need to wrap this fight stuff up. We need to wrap it up. These slow-mo videos, these people just entering the chat, we need to leave them where they are. Okay? Ms. Z72. Hey, how you doing? Much love to you. Clint Torres. Hey, Lavelle is, listen, Lavelle is a very interesting, respectful man. I'm telling you, he's a single man. You could fall in love with that man because I'm telling you, he is very much a gentleman. Very much. Okay. Let's see. She is going to put all the blame on all the ones that were for the credit cards. Yeah. Yeah and no. If the people that had the credit cards was smart, they would have forwarded any emails where she asked them to buy stuff to their personal email so that they could have proper evidence. So if you're watching out there in the township land, forward those emails to your personal email so that you will have them or print them out. Okay? I'm so proud of Super Producer for being a knowledgeable advocate for Dalton on Zoom. She also has real super sleuthing skills. Tracy K, I try. This is something that I like. That's why I do it. Jed was saying Lavelle lost his. Yeah, well, real rap show. You welcome. All her goons aren't bright enough to realize she is throwing them under the bus. She's trying to do what she can do to, you know, keep the light off of her. They should have gone by the mayor. He's been showing up. I wish him better things. Yeah. Ain't nothing like a precise opinion. I know that's right. Okay, SP, I'm going to follow the Real Rap Show on your suggestion. I have seen him in chat, so let's go. Lisa J, you want to break from this? And you wanna laugh? You want to have a good time? That's where I'm going. I'm waiting on. I don't know if he did his review. I missed a couple of I might have missed one live. He did a review on this interview with the real Dana show. I think they call her Dana with the data. I think she is Judge Joe Brown's or Judge Mathis's granddaughter. Hilarious. Oh my gosh. Mm, mm, mm. There were lots of us in his chat that night and we laughed and had such a good time. It was amazing. It was just a break. It's a break from this content. Okay, tell him Real Rap Show. Tiff's bank accounts might be frozen. Anthony, I would say they would be if she had one, but I doubt she has one. Just because of the bank situations with the township and Dalton, she's probably been put on a list by the banks. And so she probably doesn't have one. Stray, hey, what's up? Glad you could join us. Okay. Tiffany paid her husband's funeral. Yeah, he did. She paid part of her funeral, not all of it, but she paid part of it. So I would say allegedly she paid for loyalty. She threw all of her cronies under the bus in that video. A mess. SP, I heard in my eyes today when my sister was driving and spotted the devil and her trolls on the billboard. Child, that billboard, I have to look away when I be driving that way. Have to look away. Yeah, Shelly, I felt that. Okay. We do need to wrap it up because it happened and it's done and she's still at the end of the day. That part, Lisa J, we need to wrap this up. What did I do? I'm so behind on these comments. Let me catch up. Hi, Danietta. I'm curious about what's going to happen at the meeting on Monday. Nothing. She probably not going to show up. There's still a quorum. Jason has already been voted mayor pro temp. The meeting will go on business as usual, but we'll be in the building. It wasn't even a fight like Biggie said. It was a link scuffle. Nobody got hurt. Yeah, no, not nobody. The only thing that got hurt, Real Rap Show, probably was that table. The corner of that table probably is in dire straits right now. Hey, Bella Marie, how you doing? She was probably using Western Union notes. KP had a notebook ledger in his hand, plus the judges and lawyers. Okay, let me tell y'all one thing about criminals. They often carry empty notebooks to make themselves look important. That's a freebie. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of township employees thinking about flipping after the ABC interview, throwing them under the bus. Yeah. I think for me, Anthony Green, the purpose of getting rid or laying off Leotis and Alderman Davis, we'll call William Moore Alderman Davis from Good Times. He was the one that used to say, "I am not a crook," and he was a crook for real. So we'll call him Alderman Davis. So I believe that they did that so that the employees would feel more comfortable to be able to speak up and talk. Got to look at who they put out of there. Okay. Anissa, Foxy Roxy, did you see Mr. Lorenzo? He's in DC too. Anthony Lorenzo Green, meet Foxy Roxy or Miss Cheryl. She's in DC too. Hey, Monica, how you doing? Man, that ASAP Rocky trial is, I don't know. Okay, we got to talk about a few things. Okay, we got a few watching. So, okay, good. Y'all get to know each other. Talk amongst yourselves. The feds will find all her money because she is not smart. Hey, Wanda Fisher. We doing a mental health check-in, and I'm about to show y'all something. You are doing a great job. I love it here. Okay, good, Chuck Brown. I'm glad. She judged Joe Brown's granddaughter. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. Let's see. Hey, Scorpio Phoenix. Oh, Noah. What you doing up so late? Hey, Noah. Noah had a birthday recently. Happy birthday to you, Noah. I hope it was the best birthday you could have had, okay? Hey, Kim Johnson. Yes, child, you caught another laugh. Wanda Fisher, tell the people that the Real Rap Show is hilarious. And I love his chat. Very, very hospitable over there. Never any fights. I want to see justice for, yes, that's correct. So we need to get back on track. Chris Dudley, thank you for the super chat of $4.99. I appreciate you. Brenda Jones, you in Houston, Texas? Brenda Jones, there's a whole bunch of Houston, Texas, or Texas people in here. I know Mr. Troy is from Texas. There's a whole bunch of people, okay? Talk amongst yourselves. You can find out who's there. Thank you, Anissa. Clint Torres, hey. Andy is. Let's see. Why didn't they include KP in administrative leave? Because we need to play chess and not checkers. Ain't nobody scared of KP. So they're probably, to me, look like they were getting rid of the most intimidating people. The people that are most unhinged, they got rid of first. Think of it like that. Sharon, yes, I'm just saying. If you don't know Alderman Davis from Good Times, you need to go look him up. I caught the Real Rap Show the night of the fight. He had me, okay, Lorenzo Green. Okay, now I'm trying to tell. Oh, here go all the Texas people. Scorpio Phoenix, Anissa Starks, made in Texas. Okay. Who said they love us? But I love you guys. Okay, thank you. We love you back. Producer Mark, what's up? Producer Mark, love Producer Mark. Producer Mark was the one with the best view. Somebody actually stole his whole video and put their name on it. Producer Mark, I'm gonna tell you who it was, okay? Super P, you said you're from VA. Ever heard of Jared? I'm from VA. Yes, Jared, Virginia. Yeah, it's the country, but yeah. Nelson Brown, thanks for bringing this out. I was confused about the dismissal with pay. Oh, you're welcome, Nelson Brown. That's how all government entities do it. Nope, they read the most useless ones. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, shout out to producer Mark. Definitely. I love producer Mark. We met for the first time at the town hall. And he was so nice. Um, and if you guys don't follow producer Mark, you should go over there and follow producer Mark. One thing I love about his channel is he doesn't try to get outside of his lane. He hasn't really reported on this. He has just broadcasted. Um, uh, he's just broadcasted. But when I went over to one of his lives, I actually caught one. He was talking about equipment for this type of broadcasting. And I love that he's giving the knowledge. If you're going to be out there, boots on the ground, giving you knowledge about what type of equipment you, you know, need or might want to invest in. That's where you from, precise? Okay, now. I like that. I like that. Anybody from Virginia is all right. Okay. So if you want to learn about equipment for this type of, if you thinking about getting into the YouTube thing, producer Mark, that's your go-to man. Okay, very knowledgeable. Now let's talk about something because we're gonna put this. We wrapping up this fight talk. We're not gonna make no more posts about it. We're not gonna do anything. We done wrapped it up. Everybody good with that, right? Mental health check in. Um, I also let me see. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to this comment and then I'm gonna get to something else. Okay. Master G says, I'm disturbed that only 9% of the population in Dalton voted. That could be why these higher ups aren't moving on it. It's like the majority of the residents are asleep at the wheel. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to a comment that that Mr. Green made, Mr. Lorenzo Green made. This was during COVID, right? No one was really coming out of the house and people were afraid here because this is a highly populated area, right? And we have loads of immigrants here. And so people were afraid here and they didn't really go out. We had a lot of snow during that time too. So the weather was bad on top of that. But I can safely tell you that won't be the case this time, no matter what the weather is. That will not be the case. Um, and that's basically what I want to say about that. I don't want people to look at that time frame and think that that is who Dalton is. No, that's not who they are. But with the constraints and things that were going on, there were lots of things going on during that time. Um, yeah, that's what happened, and it happened. I don't understand, why that's such a big thing, but it just happened. And I'm sure that it will not happen this time. The Clean House slate has been out every weekend campaigning. They were out today. I used to stay in Norfolk and Portsmouth, Virginia in the military. Come on now. Okay. Little Creek Base or NOB. Which one was you at? My life or your life. Tiffany faced a ton of makeup. I told somebody that a ton of makeup was going to be on there. So where do we go from here? Are we getting close? I feel like we're getting very close. I wish I could tell you the information that I have to tell you, but I haven't heard back from the person that I want to come and speak about this information. And so I'm gonna reach out uh tonight, and or not tonight because it's late, but I'm gonna reach out tomorrow and see. Again, straight. I haven't gotten over that all week. I know who Alderman Davis was. Just hearing of him again, laughable. Okay, that man was a mess. Henderson, Nevada is still pulling for Dalton Rising. Thank you, Baby Dex. Okay, then yes. Why the reporter didn't ask the right questions? We already talked about Dead for Life. I asked them. It makes you wonder who is funding the media. If you notice, she only gives exclusives to ABC7. Go check me. I'll wait. She only gives exclusives to ABC7. Maybe we need to find out a little bit more about ABC7. Maunda. Hi, how you doing? Naughty by Norfolk. Come on now. Via Detroit, Michigan. All right now. Let's see. You're welcome, Master G. You're welcome. That was a really rough time out here. I actually was still working. And during that time, we had to carry around letters in our cars saying that we were essential workers. So Amazon had to write us a letter in this area, and I had to keep it in my vehicle to if I got pulled over by the police, because we actually were under mandated curfews, during that time too. Prince George? Who from Prince George? Okay, Chris Dudley. All my people's in here. The recall vote showed that she didn't have the support. A judge bailed her out on that. You're very informed, Lorenzo, as is everyone in this community. I love that. Little Creek. Oh, I used to live not too far from there. And that's right, Laura. Okay. Okay, so let's get into something right quick, because what we want to do is we want to stay educated, but we also want to understand that Dalton is not alone. We want them to know that they are not alone, right? So I ran across this. I'm going to let you watch it. After you watch it, we're going to talk about it. I got a few questions.
Tonight's WGN investigates the fallout from a brawl in the South Burbs.
The owner of a local barbecue joint is threatening to leave town after an alleged altercation with the Park Forest mayor. And here's investigative reporter Ben Bradley.
So we got rib tips and we got some St. Louis slabs.
Antoine Hardy says barbecue is in his blood.
We opened the business in Park Forest because I love to barbecue. It's been in my family for decades.
He started selling barbecue out of this trailer.
We got this made here in Florida.
And grew to open his restaurant, All Out Smoke Pit, in the heart of the South Suburbs' struggling business district.
Great ribs, soul food sides, brisket.
Smoking on the grill behind his shop, even on the coldest days.
What we was trying to do was put Park Forest on the map for the best barbecue. Okay. Charles, get those fries up.
He says he's worked to make it happen with customers coming from all over Cook County and beyond. But he's not sure how long he'll keep a presence here in Park Forest.
We don't know if we want to stay or leave. I feel uncomfortable with the village, and we feel very uncomfortable being here.
He says that feeling followed a physical fight with Park Forest Mayor Joe Woods back in August.
I'm Joseph Woods. I'm the mayor of Park Forest.
During our interview, Hardy declined to discuss details of the fight.
You ain't got to talk to me ever again.
But reports and video obtained by WGN Investigates from the Cook County Sheriff's Office give a glimpse into what went down.
He pushed me. I swung. He swung.
Hardy claims what sparked the brawl was the mayor calling his teenage daughter the B word after she allegedly refused to shake the mayor's hand. The mayor, however, denies the allegation.
It's a tragic situation, of course, concerning the mayor and a business owner. These are some of the congregation and community members that came out to show their support.
Randall White is a local pastor and Park Forest trustee.
I believe it could have been avoided.
The mayor declined repeated requests for an interview, but he told Cook County Sheriff's Police that Hardy's wife, upset over the alleged comment about her daughter, pushed him and hit him with her body.
Now it gets escalated. She comes on me, she pushes me, she hits me with her body. I says, hey, you better stay off me.
The altercation occurred outside the All Out Smoke Pit, where at some point the mayor claims he saw Hardy holding a machete.
Now my whole eyes is on this guy with the knife, with the machete. The one thing that I kept saying, "You pulled a knife on me?" So I'm like in shock at this point. Like, you're trying to cut me?
Hardy told police he put the knife down and didn't use it against Woods, but that did not diffuse the situation.
He shoved me into the truck and came behind the shove and was trying to put his weight on me, and I'm trying to push myself back from him.
That was when, according to Hardy, 3 of his teeth hit the truck and were badly damaged and later had to be extracted.
There right now. I dare you. Me and you right now.
Woods had a different take, though, when questioned by police.
At one point, he had pushed me, and I remember pushing him against the back of the truck, while his wife was on my back. But I never laid a punch on him, never did any of that. I was in the self-defense mode and just trying to keep them off me.
I'm definitely torn. We don't want to lose businesses, but this is so much more than that.
I just know it needs to be something done about this situation.
If he knows what that is, Hardy isn't saying. He asked the village to cover his medical costs, but whatever happens with his restaurant, Hardy said he's not blaming residents.
We do love the community. We thank the community for all the support.
At a recent board meeting, Woods said he did not want the restaurant to close, but if that's what Hardy chooses, he said it doesn't mean the end for Park Forest.
If Park Forest loses a business, that is not good. But good things are also happening.
At the mayor's request and to avoid any conflicts, Cook County Sheriff's Police handled the investigation, and the case was recently closed, with both Hardy and Woods agreeing not to press charges. But it's left a sour taste in his mouth that has him thinking of leaving town. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
Now, make this make sense to me. This is Park Forest, Illinois. This town is probably 15 minutes from Dalton, right? Why? What is happening? What is happening? Okay, what is happening? We need to start asking ourselves, how do we vet these people? What do we do? How are we to make an educated voter decision on people? How are we to do that? Right? What process do we need to enact? Do we need these people to go through mental health evaluations and be cleared by a mental health professional? Because this mayor is telling a story. And again, if you're looking at the footage, his story ain't even matching up with the footage, but he telling it though. I'm so, people not used to having power can become terrible when they get power. Right. So what process do we need to enact? What ordinances do we need to create? Do we need to create an ordinance that says if a mayor is involved in any type of altercation with a resident that they can be removed or they can be reprimanded? I mean, what do we need to do? Okay. No, it's mayors in small towns. Check out the mayor outside Seattle. Her family tried to fight a trustee and the whole police department resigned or quit. Off topic, looks like Great Barbecue has since the mayor is not being forthright to the cops. That part status quo. And I'm finna go over there and taste that barbecue next week and I'll let y'all know. I'm gonna come back with a plate and I'm gonna show y'all. Hopefully they'll still be open. The tolerated poor behavior is spreading as it becomes tolerated. Right. Like, what do we do though? Right. We talked about him, Angie, on this channel. If you haven't watched the video, that man just trying to make some bomb ribs, but here go this mayor causing trouble, calling his daughter out her name. Insane. That part. Now, there's a situation that y'all can go off about somebody calling somebody the B word and they didn't ask for it. Go off. All in the queue. The answer is participation in elections should not be voluntary. Every citizen should be required to hold public office. If you are nominated and elected, you have to serve. That's a thought. I never thought about it doing something like that. Chat lives matter. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to this video. I'm going to read that comment again, and I'm going to sit with that because that's a thought. I would have to sit with how that process would work, right? Always video your public officials. If recorded, it didn't happen. The government controls the narrative. Protect yourself. Tell these people, Justin. It's amazing how Super Producer did her Navy thing and transitioned to a comfortable civilian life, overcoming challenges in the South suburbs area. Norfolk has done right me better than Detroit. You know, it's calmer. You move to a calmer place. They got their problems and issues, but nothing of this magnitude. Okay. From South Carolina, there is a domino effect of corruption. After, yeah, right. Check of previous. They have leadership positions. Okay, Foxy Roxy, I agree with that. All the ordinances in the world won't stop abuse of power. People need to show up and hold them accountable. I feel like the trustees should have gotten rid of him or, had a meeting about what they need to do. Okay. Some type of incubator for young politicians. Yeah, I believe that we do need to mentor this younger generation. I believe that is a thing, should be a thing. Danietta B says, hey, Danietta, one thing good from this situation is that people from other small places are now questioning their mayors. Excellent thing. Excellent. I would hope that it would create more community activist groups. That's what, because collectively we can do something, right? Collectively we can push something forward, right? I feel like, hopefully this comes out of that. If a mayor caught in the lie, the mayor should be on leave without pay for a few months. Well, when I do this electoral board review tomorrow from Friday, that might not bode so well for the Harvey mayor. We're going to get into some things. Why is he confronting a 16-year-old anyway, trying to shake her hand? That is so creepy. Okay, Charlie. And when she refused, as she should, because what? Stranger danger. Unbelievable. And this is going on in Illinois. I just want to show you all. This is the Southland again. This is the Southland again. Be a part of the solution or the problem. Put in ordinance that have a 90 days probation period. Status quo. Hello, how are you? Okay. Mayoral debates. That is definitely needed. Definitely needed. On the spot, mayoral debates. You can see how they respond to your questions and to, because people going to throw scenarios out there. That's going to be your, on the spot type of interview. Definitely need to bring those into play. Okay. We ain't finished yet though. We're not finished. Okay. Got another little situation here. Let's talk about it. Because Dalton is not alone, right? So we're creating a mental health check-in. We're putting things in proper perspective. Dalton is not alone. We're going to wrap this fight talk up. There's nothing else to be said. It's been slow mode. It's been cut up. It's been talked about. What's done is done. Okay? Let's. Okay? Okay, Tracy K. All right, we got one more thing to talk about, and then we gonna get out of here because tomorrow I'm gonna come back with my review of the electoral board meeting. And it's gonna be done in the super producer fashion. I think I saw Minion with opinion up here. Hey, Minion. Harvey Mayer looked like a fool with that bow tie, with his big. Eric, you so crazy. Listen, when we go over this, y'all are gonna be like, okay, yes. All right, we got one more thing to talk about. Then we're gonna wrap up and we're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna get a good night's sleep. Okay. Here's another one for you. I told everyone no. Former purchasing manager says South Fulton mayor has a problem with spending. Okay, let me see. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can let you guys hear this. There you go.
A former city of South Fulton purchasing manager is breaking the silence about what he describes as financial abuse within the city. This week, the council filed an ethics complaint.
Hold on. Turn this back up. Okay.
Against the mayor over his spending. Channel 2's investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln, live now at City Hall. And Ashley, you found out this former employee was actually in charge of approving what was spent.
Yeah, we learned that purchasing managers, they have the authority to turn off a P card if they suspect misuse. This former employee is questioning why that didn't happen in this situation. We've been combing through these documents all week and found multiple lavish expenses on travel, electronics, and online purchases.
The mayor didn't have a P card. It was basically under suspension.
It's a misappropriation of funds. Former City of South Fulton purchasing manager Malcolm Witchard says was widely known.
My first week there, he knocked on my door, introduced himself, and asked me for his P card back, and I refused.
Witchard says in his 2 short months employed at the city, he uncovered extreme financial abuse.
I was the guy at the city that told everyone no. 2 weeks in, the mayor came to my office basically asking how he could buy $15,000 worth of IKEA furniture.
South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamau, known as Mayor Kobe, is currently under investigation for purchase card and purchasing order expenses dating back to 2022. This audit trail shows a $19,000 purchase order for an unapproved media lab. City ordinance states a purchase over $2,500 must be approved by the city manager.
There's just a lack of oversight.
There's also multiple airline purchases where the mayor bought unapproved flights for himself and employees. Bank statements show an employee went with him to Paris and another on a trip to Africa. The city ordinance indicates only the city clerk has the authority to approve employees to go on trips. And flight upgrades were also added, which P-card policy states is also a violation.
He wasn't authorized to travel. He made the P-card purchase simply because he had the card and he was allowed to swipe it.
Tuesday, the city council filed an ethics complaint. Once the investigation is presented to the ethics board, it will decide to recommend resignation, repayment, or other sanctions.
To be quite frank, if he could afford to take luxury trips on his own dime, he would have. So the city's never going to see that money again.
And that's a lot of money. I reached out to the mayor today. He told me he did not wish to make a comment, but said, again, he'll sit down for an interview with us at a later date. If you remember, he canceled on us Monday. We had an interview set up for earlier this week. Now, Witchard says he was terminated because he says he actually enforced the city's P-card policy. He did eventually sue the city of South Fulton and won that lawsuit. Reporting live in South Fulton, Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
What is happening? What is happening to these people? Do y'all see that purchasing manager, right? Y'all see that purchasing manager? That is the person that is missing in Dalton. That purchasing manager. See where he said he became the person that told everybody no? That's the person, purchasing manager. That's the person that she got rid of or never hired in Dalton, because that's how you. And for me, I feel like, are these people, these new mayors, are they looking at Dalton and now trying to mimic what she's doing? Seems like it to me. We got one last video to watch. This is the board of trustees talking to him, the council board talking to him.
So distressed and disappointed that the blackest city in the United States of America is heading into Black History Month with its all Black council tearing each other down.
Mayor, I really was going to let this go, but I can't continue to sit here and allow you to make it seem like we're the villains and you're the victim. Now, those cameras are in the back of the room, not because of us. We would love to come to a meeting and just go through this agenda, have a professional meeting, and do the business of the people and go home. But it was you who want to sit around and call us the blackest city and say we want to tear each other down. We're not tearing you down. You took your black behind over to Africa for 20 days and didn't tell anybody. No, he called us a blacker city, and that was disrespectful. We keep telling him that.
Yeah, Lorenzo, that was background for that viral video. So now you know what that video was about. Okay? Yeah, it has nothing to do with nothing. Why are you stealing? That's what I want to know. I want to know none of that. Why are you stealing? Okay? So, I'm giving this context why. Because Dalton is not the only place that has a problem. We're coming down to the end of Dalton, so we need to bring the conversation back to how do we move forward? What do we do next? Okay, because where are we? 24 days, 23 days, somewhere in there, until Lil Stank is out of office. And so we need to think about going forward. What policing parameters do we need to put in place? Do we need to put in place something that says a mayor cannot remove an employee? Do we need to do that? So that these people that need to be in place, like the purchasing manager, the staff accountant, that they are filled and their job is secure. They don't have to worry about any retaliation or anything of that nature. Lorenzo agree. We have to stand strong against politicians trying to use their blackness to avoid criticism. I don't care what money it is. None of our achievements are an excuse to steal from the people. That part. Come on, Mr. Green. Mr. Green, you got to be a politician there in D.C. because, listen, the one thing I love is intellect. Applications is open over here. Love intellect, okay? Sad when a 10-year-old needs to say he appreciates his best friend every day, not just 1 month. Shy. Okay? So let's get back focused because we got other things to do. We have work to do. We need to support Dalton and Thornton Township through this last leg. And then we need to hit the ground running on these other places to get the educated word out, put the pressure on, whatever we need to do. But we need to stick together to be able to do it. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us doing our parts to do it. Okay? Yeah. I mean, and if they do it anyway, there needs to be some type of mechanism in place that they can get rid of you. All of this like recalling stuff, you got to recall somebody if they do something wrong. To me, that's a failure. That's because recalls cost money. You got to file them. I you know, that's a failure. So no one person should be able to yeah, I think we need to start thinking about these things. We need to start participating in our governments, and we need to start putting things in place. All of us who've been following got to make sure we check our counsel after this. Exactly, Karen Johnson. Exactly. Edwin Turner. If we elected a felon as president, they would probably feel they can be just a little less corrupt and get away with it. Yeah. Now, Edwin, that was my whole thing. Okay, it wasn't, my whole thing was, what are we telling America? What are we telling the world by electing a convicted felon? What are we telling them? For me, that's why a lot of this mess is going on. Yeah. Most of these laws are on the books, however, with no enforcement, they are toothless. Yeah, some of these laws are in the book, I feel like, but I feel like there's other laws that other things we need to put in place that just automatically toss you out of the seat with no recall having to happen. Recalls cost money. They cost money. They take time, right? We don't need that. We need to get this person out of the way. If they are in the way, they need to get out of the way. I'm in Houston, so there's a lot to expose out here. Menu. I've seen a few things lately. Maybe the psychological evaluations are needed for politicians. Ms. Wisdom, I'm telling you, we need something. We need something to certify that these people aren't hiding who they really are. We need something. Being Black doesn't excuse nefarious behavior. You're wrong. You're wrong. We need to start implementing that. Okay? Surely it too many years to realize there are more answers from the Lord than yes and no, right? Okay. Hell of a trend. If the mayor or supervisor violates it, should be placed on suspension. How do residents add new bylaws? Complaining is one thing, but if it's not in the bylaws and ordinances, it's just noise. So, Dr. Sturdivant, you do that by meeting with your trustee, by calling your trustee and say, hey, I'd like to talk with you about something. Send them an email. Be in communication with your trustee, right? And then if they don't answer you, show up to your meeting for public comment and say, I've sent you 5 emails and you've not answered any of them. Put them on blast. That's what you do. I'm moving to Illinois and getting into politics. And we need somebody, Enrique. A president who can't even vote. Child. Nobody in leadership in Dalton or Thornton Township did what Henry did. That's why there wasn't protocols. Correct. Now, she going to try to claim that the Shaw brothers was like that, but that's shaky, at best. So, the water in Texas costs more than your house. Okay. So, this is what we need to do. We need to start talking about what we're doing going forward. Going forward, we are going to support the Dalton residents with positive affirmations if we can. We are going to start conversations of our own in our own, little circles, and make sure everybody in our circle is educated, not just educated on their little place, but other little places, so that you can watch for anything that may be trending in your area. Like, okay, see how I showed the Park Forest mayor and his behavior? The same as Lil Stanks. The South Fulton County mayor, his money actions, just like Lil Stank. You can follow those same trends where you live. and see what's happening. Start FOIAing information from your city council. Start doing it. Just randomly FOIA something. A budget, somebody's resume, application. Start doing it. That way you can start the checks and balances. You might find some red flags in your own place. If you guys will like the video, share the video. This is a mental health check-in. I want you guys to start taking mental breaks. Okay? Y'all have talked about this subject since Tuesday. My God, today. Y'all have wore it out. Okay? Slow-mos, replays, videos, back and forths. I mean, you got people arguing with people that wasn't even arguing with people. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you a few places that I didn't like. I didn't like the Shade Room. I didn't like the Breakfast Club. And that's a representation of us, right? They speak to this community, the Black and brown community, right? And for them to be so uneducated and then making comments, it almost turned what's happening here into some sort of a joke. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Right? Because that's often what we do is we turn things into comedy. We turn things into make it unimportant. Like, miss me with all of that. I don't subscribe to those places, and I don't watch those videos, but I watched those because I wanted to know what they were going to say. And I was not surprised because they were uneducated. Okay? Uneducated. And the Black and brown community watches those platforms. I don't like that. And I want to be on record saying it. Because we need to start holding each other accountable, and we need to start expecting more out of each other. I didn't like that. Let's see what Anissa says. Strangely, in order to join military, you had to have very debt, no conviction, and drug free. But they voted for an old jar of orange. Okay, that's okay. I had to take a break. I was swinging at the air the whole night. Couldn't sleep that night. Okay, Shirley? Please. Y'all need to be taking these mental health breaks. They need to be taken. They need to be done. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing to see that Dalton's trustees are really sincere, and all of Lil Stank has to do is the right thing, and the bickering amongst content creators is something I don't pay attention to. Yeah, I don't get involved in that. I don't get involved in those types of things. I don't consider myself a content creator. I consider myself a journalist or a vlogger because I bring the facts. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on and I'm going to do my recap of the electoral board meeting. You don't want to miss this because we're going to talk about some things. Okay? Minion, you on demon time already. Okay? Yeah, so that's what I had for you tonight. That's all I had. I want to come on here, check on you guys, check in with you guys, see how you guys are. Stray, you are super producer of facts. Amen to that. And always going to be that way. Okay? But I wanted to see how you guys were. check in with you, let you know I'm still alive, but I have to take a mental break from all of this because y'all was doing, as Baby T say here in Chicago, y'all was doing too much. Y'all doing too much. Okay? All of this back and forth has to stop. And stop arguing with people. When people post something that you don't like, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. That's what I do. You don't see me up here in Dalton Politics arguing with nobody because I'm Lil Duval. I definitely ain't going back and forth with you people. I'm not doing it. Okay? You're welcome, Jim C. Foxy Woxy, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I got my stuff together. As you all know, we gonna do. You welcome, Real Rap Show. Real Rap Show. I can't believe you still here with me at this time of the night. Lord have mercy. Real Rap Show. Thank you. I'm looking forward to your next live, sir. I will be in attendance. But yeah, stop going back and forth with these people. That's one thing that we always do is we always fight each other. That's why we can never get anything done because we are always fighting each other. Okay? We don't need to be fighting each other at all about anything. Yeah, I love Baby T. She's funny. All right? Yeah, good night to you all. You here to the end, Real Rap Show? I love that for me. Thank you. All right? I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Class going to be in session. I'm going to teach you guys some things about this electoral board, what was going on. You're going to learn some things so that you will know exactly what is being said and what is going on, okay? Class going to be in session tomorrow. We going to talk about it, okay? Oh, Real Rap Show, you made me cry the other night. I'm not going to do this with you tonight. You had me crying the other night. Look. When I come to New York the next time, I have a cousin who stays in Brooklyn. When I come, I'm coming to visit you. Okay? Dave Bryson, you're welcome. Good night to everybody. Saint and Sinner, have a blessed night. Definitely, yes. See y'all tomorrow. Keep your notifications on. I'm not sure what time I'm going to be free. I got to cook my dinner for my children and my family. But keep your notifications on because it may be early that I'm going to come on, okay? Terry Williams, thank you for tuning in. Menu with Opinion, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all go get Dr. Sturdivant's journal on Amazon.
Just come watch the show to know what to do. Just jump in the queue. It's up to you. So what you gonna do? All in the queue, it's up to you. All in the queue, it's check out the view. All in the queue.